nice to see a fuller house than usual. Yeah. And I thought we're going to move you over here from that side, but we have more people filling in, so that's good. First item is the minutes review. April had distributed them electronically. Any edits or comments? Okay, the minutes will be approved as distributed. I guess we'll table the security reports until April comes. So we'll go to any just general visitor business. Any items that anybody needs to bring up?
Can I just ask, are the minutes on there for everybody, or?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Are the minutes on the
website
website
on the
for
website?
Everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we publish them after they get reviewed, so we'll be reviewing now the last month's minutes, and then we'll publish them to the web. Yes, they're all available.
Do you have to pre-announce if you have something, or is it open?
No, it's fine.
Visitor business?
Yeah, it's open visitor business.
Okay. I don't know if how many know that this week, Friday, was Wake County assignments, Wake County Public School System, they're doing their assignment stuff. It's been a bad week for all that. One of the things with Harrington Grove is it's a valuable community because Sycamore helped it be. Of course, Harrington was here for a long time, but Sycamore is definitely a big thing that brings people in, and it's a valuable resource to the community. With the new school plan, people in Harrington Grove aren't guaranteed to go to Sycamore anymore. My kids this week got split. So I have a kindergartner at Briar Creek and a third grader at Sycamore. It would be beneficial for the community if the HOA would attempt to form some sort of group, or whether it's Facebook or whatever it is, get a group of people together that represents Harrington Grove to, as a body, make a movement to communicate with Wake County and express dissatisfaction.
Anybody is free to do that, so if you or another parent wanted to take the lead on that, we would be supportive of it and try to promote it.
I don't want to, I wouldn't want to go out and be like, I'm representing Harrington Grove and this is BS in my book. It would need to have the board's blessing. If you say that's cool, then that's cool, and I'll attempt to get something going. But whether you have elementary kids or not, or even for middle school and high school, even if you don't have kids, it matters to our home values.
Absolutely. It's one of the reasons we moved into the neighborhood, and we gave up because it's been ongoing. It's not just this year. Our daughter goes to the Montessori school in Morrisville because we don't have to worry about her getting switched anymore.
Right.
So she just, she'll stay there through 8th grade.
Yeah, we studied the neighborhood carefully, and the values here carefully for months before we bought, and we knew that we were coming here for a reason. Lots of reasons, but obviously one of them was the school and the promise of neighborhood schools and nodes, and it's gone. It's totally gone. And so hopefully there'll be enough interest in protecting what we have.
You might want to start by posting something on the Facebook page and see what kind of draw you get there.
Yeah.
And on the swim team page, if people are on both, post something there.
And I don't recall, because I don't have a kid in the school system anymore, but there was an email bouncing around with a big distribution list. I don't know if you were on that by chance.
This week?
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't really pay attention to who was sending and who was,
It was, I started Friday night emailing the school board and the superintendent and his team and the media, and went through the weekend doing it. There's been 50 emails exchanged, and WRL did a news story of me yesterday. I'm just trying to get it today. This sucks.
Well, you can count me in because my child's waitlisted.
For Sycamore?
So you can count me in.
It's under 2 miles. We're right here.
What are we counting in on? I'm sorry, I was.
I had the idea that of getting some sort of group of people together in the community. I don't know whether you call it a committee or not, it doesn't matter, but a group of people that are willing to send emails as a group to the school board and protest what's going on. I got added in on a group because of my media outreach stuff this week, added in to a group of lazy parents, which they always get what they want, but, and it's crazy. They've got 75, 80 parents on this list, and of all kinds of people that are just, you know, constant. I mean, it's, 20, 30 emails a day are going to the school board from these people saying, is it fixed yet? Is it fixed yet? Is it fixed yet? So, and that's how stuff gets done,
Okay.
Because I tried to call William Barber to see if he'd get up there and yell at him for me, but he didn't call me back. I'm just kidding. That's it.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I'll start with Facebook. Yeah, I mean, that was the idea, but like I said, I didn't want to try to get something moving without bringing it up here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to position it as a formal, HOA approved grouper, but
Right.
certainly a group of concerned homeowners that live in Harrington Grove, or,
Yeah.
however you want to position it like that, would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's all I got.
Any other general items? Okay, so we'll move on to the next order of business, which is the past order of business. We're gonna be held off on the York report, so I'll let you give your update.
Good evening, everyone. Mainly this month was, we had an incident in the village with subsequently on North Ratton as well, and then we had same incidents on Edgebury Road. With some diligent work with Ms. Hudson consistency on keeping pressure on the residents, we were able to get the guy that was responsible for probably about 80% of the things that goes on here at Harrington Grove. With my work and with the Raleigh Police Department, we're in a position to prosecute these individuals for the vandalism that they have occurred over the last, I could probably say months and years. If I could put a thumb on it, I could say these are the same guys. I could just tell by their demeanor when they had got caught, the way they interacted with me, myself, and plus law enforcement. I could tell these guys, been probably about the culprits behind a lot of things that have been going on in Harrington Grove. The park's still safe. The chain work's still effective. No activity at the park after hours. Not a lot of activity coming into Harrington Grove in the community. I do a diligent job of making sure I patrol the main streets the later nights, because you can only enter, Harrington Grove, New Leesville, Denmead Way, Armoretto, and Covington Bend. So I make a diligent job of covering those areas. And like I said, with the work we did with Ms. Hudson consistency on keeping pressure on their residents, the event unfolded. I would have thought nothing would have happened. But people don't know this about me. I got a BA in criminal justice. I got the MBA in criminal law. Your security don't define me. I say it's a source of income, just to keep the ball rolling. So I think a little bit more out here in the field. So if I would have thought nothing would have happened. But something said, the spirit said, these guys got to be caught. God said, hey, this is enough. You guys are going to get caught tonight. I follow up, and we got the guys with the 5 individuals, 4 young males, 1 female. And like I said, we're in a position. I got to get Ms. Hudson the final paperwork from the Raleigh Police Department, the final, because I did my report, and they're going to give me a report to pass along to Ms. Hudson. So just keeping my eyes open, just keeping vigilant and watch out. Like I always use the motto, I'm your guys' eyes and ears when you're not looking and listening. So that's my famous motto I go by. And hopefully probably 90% of the crappy stuff stops out here from this day forward, because I feel like we got the culprits. If anything comes out of this lesson, hopefully they learn a valuable lesson. They're young men and women, so they have their full life ahead of them. But they got to realize when you do, irrational things, you got to suffer the consequences, repercussions behind those events. So, other than that, it's been a great month, and just look forward to keep doing the diligent work I do.
Thank you. We do have, I think, 1 more week, and then I think Leesville schools are going to be going on spring break.
Okay.
So we want to make sure and keep that, awareness. But just so that everyone knows, and the incident that he's speaking of, I'm very impressed with you. I can't tell you what a great outcome this was. The night that all of this happened was a Thursday night, and you, I believe, saw the eggings in the village, kind of got a hunch about what was going on.
Right.
Went looking for the vehicle, found the vehicle with the eggs. The kids were in it. The eggs were dripping down the side of the vehicle. The carton was in the vehicle. These gentlemen called you pretty much every name in the book.
Pretty much,
Took a lot
pretty
of
much,
abuse
but
that
you know,
night.
professionalism override that, so. you know.
Exactly. They took off, and he stayed the course. He went back to the home where he had seen the vehicle. He called the police. The police were on the way. The kids came back, sure enough. They brought out the water hose and attempted to wash off the eggings. When the police arrived, they were able to see the water evidence where they had attempted to wash it off. The kids had gone inside the home and turned out all the lights and tried to pretend like they were all in bed. This was around this was 12 to 2.
About 12.
This whole
yeah,
incident
12
took
to
place.
2.
Parents were not home. According to the neighbor saw the police activity and that they were not going away. And she apparently called the father of these kids at this home. The father then encouraged the children to go outside to see what the police on his property were, inquiring about. And that is how the police were able to get the kids to admit to the crimes.
Absolutely.
So that night in the village, we had 11 cars hit, and I believe 4 more from Edgebury reported the very next day. And I think another home or 2 from a different...
About 3 or 4 on North Ratton Way.
Yeah.
That was hit as well.
So, and I was told, I believe you said to me that there was a potential of getting a warrant for these kids and bringing them out of school.
Yes, the police department doing their investigation depends on what the individual's homeowners pursue with the charges.
Yes.
But they can get charged with vandalism and destruction of property. So the police are doing their own internal investigation.
Yes.
And to my knowledge, they're going to get warrants served. They're going to get the guys out of school or get them at their residence. And they're going to, prosecute to the full extent of the law. And like I said, if anything comes out situation, they can be scared straight because they are young men and women. So this is going to be a stain on their record, which,
Right.
Hopefully it just steer them straight, but they're in the process. Like I said, I'm going to get the report. Hopefully the day I'm going to go by now and see Detective Brown has the report for me, and I can leave it in your mailbox tonight.
We do have a police report number where people can reference and come forward, and if they had any damages, they can reference that night, that issue. In addition, we do know that the children involved, one of the driver himself was 18, and the other children ranged from 15 up to 18.
Right.
And it was a blue SUV, and the residence is on North Radnor. So I'm very impressed. You took a lot of heat, both the initial pullover and then at the home again. So your professionalism is very appreciated, and I'm glad that your diligence paid off.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So are these people then charged with like misdemeanors, or what are they charged with?
We have to wait for the outcome. We have to wait for the residents to come forward and to choose to press charges. And then if that, depending on the process and everybody coming forward, how many come forward, and the process of, whether they're, once everything is kind of played out, then I'll get an update from the police, from my police contact as to, what happens. Right now, it's still happening.
It's in the process, but it's a speedy process. They're trying to speed it up because,
Yes.
Sometimes individuals call the police department without your security here, or we're not on patrol yet. So they do have more reports, and a lot of reports probably stem from their residence, where someone said they seen a bunch of guys going back to the residence at 11316 North Radnor. But it's a process. Everybody get a due process. You're innocent to found guilty. So it's a due process. But with the overwhelming evidence, there's a sure shot that these guys, community service, where they got to go around and watch every vehicle in Harrington Grove,